had a lazy morning after that late night, and the wind is blowing a bit today. Seems out of the south, in this bay anyways. It may change when we get out to the Strait of Georgia, because it says it's blowing 10 to 20 northwest, which is the other way. But with all these islands, winds kind of shift and go different directions. So we're going to pull the anchor. We've had breakfast and get going. We've got about 38 miles to go to get to Pender Harbour today. And if it's not too bad, we'll probably throw up the sails. But yeah, we'll see when we get out there. Oh, and I'm in Port Grays, as you know. We came in here late last night, and it was a good decision because there's lots of room here to anchor. And in the dark, it's always a little more challenging. Not so challenging in places like Falls Creek because there's lots of ambient light, but here it's pretty dark. There's not much around, so it's nice to have lots of room and not have to crowd in to other boats. Also, there's a few crab pots, so you got to watch out for their buoys as you come in. So I had Tate up on the bow with a flashlight, just sort of keeping an eye out, and then if he sees something, he'd flash the light on it. And we did pass a couple, but you don't want to get your prop fouled in one of those lines just as you're trying to anchor after a long day. So I do see some blue sky, and hopefully that is going to be the trend for today. I see also a bunch of clouds, but I'm hoping that we'll get more blue sky than clouds. So the sails are up and we're in the Strait of Georgia, heading to Pender Harbour. It's a northwest wind, so we're close hauled, but we should be able to stay on this one tack until we get into Pender Harbour. I enjoy the boat moving without the motor, and I think the kids do too. And the sun is out, so no complaints. Tate's downstairs making lunch for us. It's a gimbaled stove, so luckily we can cook when we're sailing. Tate is at the helm, giving me a break. We've been actually keeping speeds up of between 5.5 and 6.5 knots, so that's been really good. And the seas are pretty flat, so that's good too. Not super strong wind today, but if we can do over 6 knots, I'm always happy with that. Are things a little bit leaned over in here?
Yes.
a little harder to walk in here, isn't it? Walk up to the front and show everyone how leaned over it is. Like that. Good job.
You want to follow this line. Left your back, left your sides, left your front.
It's not on the side.
What? No, you will like that, okay?
Will get us on course.
You on course?
We're on course.
Arrow. Then, ready? Ready? I know you're pretty stressed out right now, but you can't go
I
forward.
know, I'm too stressed out. You need to stay here.
Yeah?
Yeah. You need to stay here.
Yeah, good luck.
Well, after a fun upwind sail, the wind died right off, and we are just going through, I think it's called Welcome Passage. So we're kind of in between the mainland and a couple islands. And it's very calm in here. There's a little bit of current, I think against us, because we're going just under my motoring speed. But it's nice in here. It's nice to have that wind, but it's also nice when the wind goes away. The sun also came out at the same time, so it's super hot out now. And right now we have less than 2 hours to go, and we'll be at Pender Harbour. We're just going to motor the rest of the way. It doesn't look very windy once we get out of this passage up ahead, so we'll just keep motoring, and hopefully we can stay at the dock there. The Vancouver Rowing Club has a dock outstation, kind of like Bill has the outstation at Eakins Point. The rowing club has outstations as well, which I've shown you guys, and Pender Harbour is one of them. So it's not the entire marina, it's just a dock space at a marina. So not exactly like Eakins Point. But I've stayed there before. I was there last June with my kids and my dad. I brought them all up to Pender Harbour, and the kids really like it there. So we've decided we'll probably stay an extra day tomorrow instead of just continuing on up to Desolation Sound. We're going to stay all day tomorrow at the dock at Pender Harbour. They have a nice outdoor pool there, and we could get a couple groceries. We've discovered that we're eating a lot of food, and we need some more milk already. Well, we have enough, but we know we're not going to have access to milk once we get further than Pender Harbour and up into Desolation. We could stop at Powell River, but if we're stopping at Pender Harbour, we may as well get it there. So we made it to the rowing club dock at Pender Harbour, and the rain stopped, so that's good. It just started coming down in buckets just before we arrived. We're just going to cook some burgers. The kids are going to run up some garbage and recycling. Cujo went to the washroom on shore, so that's good. And yeah, we're going to relax, spend the day here tomorrow, and just enjoy our time here. And we're not in a big hurry to get to Desolation Sound, but the day after, tomorrow, we will be in Desolation Sound. Two kings?
Why are you so high?
It's my strategy.
You're just getting rid of all your high cards first. My turn?
Yep. Two aces?
Yep, but not the ace of spades.
Alright, here, I got you guys though.
No, you don't.
Hmm.